Today we will talk about Vijay Hazara Trophy only. Mumbai won the toss and elected to bat first. Mohit Awasthi and Praveen Thakur made their listed debut. Mumbai batted well and scored 321 runs in 50 overs. Shardul Thakur scored 92 runs, Surya Kumar Yadav scored 91 runs, and Aditya Tar scored 83 runs. Rishi Dhawan took 4 wickets and Pankaj Jaiswal took 3 wickets. Himachal Pradesh didn't look good while chasing and got out on 121 runs. Mayank Tagore scored 38 runs. Prashant Salonki took 4 wickets and Shams Malani took 3 wickets. Delhi won the toss and elected to field first. Samarpit Joshi made his listed debut. Rajasthan batted well and scored 294 runs in 48.2 overs. Arjit Gupta scored 78 runs and Maninder Singh scored 73 runs. Samarjeet Singh took 4 wickets and Pradeep Sangwan took 3 wickets. Delhi looked brilliant while chasing and chased the target in 44.4 overs. Himmat Singh scored his 4th List A century. He scored 117 runs. Nitish Rana scored 88 runs. Puducherry won the toss and elected to field first. Ramachandran Raghupati made his List A debut. Maharashtra batted really well and scored 333 in 50 overs. Yash Nair scored his 2nd List A century. He scored 119 runs. Ankit Bhavne scored his 8th List A century. He scored 110 runs. Rahul Trivedi scored 59 runs. Puducherry didn't look good while chasing and got out on 196 runs. Sagar Trivedi top scored with 79 runs. Rajvardhan Hingargekar took 4 wickets. Haryana won the toss and elected to field first. Bengal didn't bat well and got out on 177 runs. Swankar Bal scored 54 runs and Anushtup Majumdar scored 31 runs. Sanjay Pahal took 3 wickets. Haryana looked brilliant while chasing and chased the target in 43.3 overs. Chaitanya Bishnoi scored 57 runs and Shubham Rohella scored 50 runs. Shehbaz Ahmed took 3 wickets. Chandigarh won the toss and elected to bat first. Asif Manzoor and Bhagmender Lathar made their List A debut. Chandigarh batted well and scored 241 runs in 48.3 overs. Manan Vora top scored with 54 runs. Parvez Rasool, Aqib Nabi, Umar Nazir Mir took 3 wickets each. Jammu and Kashmir looked brilliant while chasing and chased the target in 34 overs. Shubham Kujera scored his 3rd List A century. He scored 120 runs. Inan Nazir scored his 1st List A century. He scored 110 runs. Saurashtra won the toss and elected to field first. Parth Booth made his List A debut. Saurashtra batted really well and scored 301 runs in 50 overs. Rahul Singh scored his 3rd List A century. He scored a brilliant 158 runs. Davendra Lochab scored 64 runs. Jaydev Unadkat took 3 wickets. Saurashtra didn't look good while chasing and got out on 233 runs. Chirag Jani scored 68 runs and Snell Patel scored 43 runs. Rahul Singh took 4 wickets and Varun Chaudhary took 3 wickets. Arunachal Pradesh won the toss and elected to bat first. Chopiso Hopongkyo, Kumar Nyompu, Zanthang Mozoi, and Teki Kogang made their listed debut. Arunachal Pradesh batted well and scored 285 runs in 50 overs. Rahul Dalal scored his second listed century. He scored 138 runs. Vipin Daka scored 56 runs. Shrikant Munde took 4 wickets. Nagaland looked great while chasing and chased the target in 42.1 overs. Rongsam Jonathan scored his first listed century. He scored 113 runs. Shrikant Munde scored his first listed century. He scored 102 runs. Stuart Binney scored 55 runs. Sikkim won the toss and elected to field first. Agrim Tiwari made his listed debut. Uttarakhand batted really well and scored 306 runs in 50 overs. Kamal Singh scored his first listed century. He scored 119 runs. Jay Bista scored 54 runs. Varun Sood took 3 wickets. Sikkim didn't look comfortable while chasing and scored only 161 runs in 50 overs. Nilesh Lemichanne scored 58 runs and Ashish Thapa scored 38 runs. Mayank Mishra and Iqbal Abdullah took 2 wickets each. Mizoram won the toss and elected to field first. Golden Lalchungyamavia, Rasyamliana Ralte, and Vikash Kumar made their listed debut. Assam batted really well and scored 342 runs in 50 overs. Sahil Jain scored 86 runs, Dinesh Das scored 85 runs, and Shivsankar Roy scored 56 runs. Prateek Desai took 2 wickets. Mizoram didn't look good while chasing and got out on 160 runs. Taruar Kohli top scored with 68 runs. Mukhtar Hussain took 4 wickets, while Dinesh Das and Gokul Sharma took 3 wickets each. Meghalaya won the toss and elected to bat first. Ehsanul Kabir, Bimol Singh, and Chongtham Mohal made their listed debut. Meghalaya played well and scored 303 runs in 50 overs. Abhay Negi scored 56 runs and Sanjay Yadav scored 46 runs. Manipur didn't look good while chasing and got out on 220 runs. Langlonyamba Methan Shangbom scored 83 runs and Nari Singh Yadav scored 36 runs. Sanjay Yadav took 4 wickets.